Hi, it's Adam here from the Warbird Coffee Company, and I'm thrilled to be at what was formerly RAF Membury, the home of the 436th Troop Carrier Group during the war. And I thought we'd do a quick demonstration of how I like to make my coffee. And we're going to use our Night Fright coffee. Night Fright was an aircraft that was based here during the war. It's currently under restoration at Coventry Airport. And we created the coffee as a collaboration with the owner of the aircraft and the team behind it, so that we can help get the aircraft back in the air. The unique thing about the coffee is that it's a replication of a blend that was created during the Second World War by the US Armed Forces to serve to their overseas personnel. The blend is a 60-40 ratio of bourbon Santos beans from Sao Paulo in Brazil and Colombian beans, which made up 70% of the coffee that the American Armed Forces drank during the Second World War. So in terms of a wartime tasting drink, you won't get much better than this. So we're boiling some water on a wartime Coleman stove. So we'll just show you the process of lighting it. It's what a lot of soldiers used during the Second World War to warm up water and warm up food. It uses normal petrol, everyday petrol. So it kicks off a bit of flame at first until it warms up. Eventually it will die down to a blue flame, and that gives you what the soldiers used to use to warm up water or warm up food during the Second World War. So I've got French press coffee here, which is a grind that we do, one of 6 that we do. So I'm going to take the right amount of scoops for a litre cafetiere, which is roughly 4 of these scoops, but typically 2 well scooped tablespoons worth. And then we'll pour the water into the cafetiere. So we'll give about a few minutes and then it will be ready to drink. Okay, so during World War II, the beans were provided to each airfield as raw beans, so green beans in huge sacks. They were roasted on site by the mess staff, and they were made the coffee was made in huge quantities to serve the base. Being that it was an American base occupied by American personnel, the amount of coffee they went through on a daily basis was considerable. During the Second World War, 75% of the coffee grown on the planet was consumed by Americans, just to give you an idea of how much they got through. So as part of the research process for this coffee, we obtained original wartime quartermaster studies which detailed where the coffee was sourced from and in what quantities. That's where we got the information about the plantations that we used and how it was sourced by the US government and provided to their armed forces during the Second World War. So that should just about be ready to drink now. So we'll push the cafetiere down. Should be enough for 8 cups worth in this cafetiere. And then we'll pour it in our wartime coffee enamel coffee mug. And there it is. So myself and my friend John started the Warbird Coffee Company in 2021 because we're both keen coffee drinkers but also love Warbird aviation. So we started the company so that we could theme coffees on Second World War aviation whilst at the same time helping the Warbird aviation community to keep up with the struggles of financially funding aircraft restorations or keeping them in the air. So by buying a bag of Night Fright coffee, you're directly contributing to getting the aircraft back in the air. If you want to buy a bag, you can go to www.warbirdcoffeecompany.com. Alternatively, the Night Fright guys will be selling it on their website. You can get it in 6 variations of grind, including whole bean, and in 3 different sizes. So grab yourself a bag now and help get Night Fright back in the air.